Happy Flosstube Friday, friends. My name is Kari. This is Tiger Lily Designs. Welcome to Flosstube episode 122. Happy May, friends. It is May 2nd, Friday, and I'm here so excited to share with you what I've been working on over the last week. So as I love to do, let's just dive into the table of contents so I can give you a little sneak peek of what we're going to be chatting about today. I do have two fully finishes. I showed you the stitchy finish last week, but I got some finishes in this week. I have a whip progress. I have a new start coming tomorrow that I'm going to share with you. I finished a quilt top. I have some stitchy haul, some stitchy kindness, and a knitting finish and some knitting haul. Sounds like a lot as I run through it real quick, but let's just dive in. Let's start with the stitching because it's called Flosstube anyway, right, friends? So in my butterfly project bag, I pulled out the American Sampler. This is a chart from Plum Street that I worked on last week, and this is what got my stitchy love this week. It is the American Sampler by Plum Street. I started this back in November 2023. I have a full bell swath conversion. I have it listed on my Instagram if you are interested. All I did was brighten it up, and here it is right here in case you want to snap a quick pic. I just love to brighten things up. You can see this one's kind of dark, yeah? But I loved it, and I just wanted to brighten it up. So I keep all my bell swaths in this sweet little sweater bag that I made. And let me just show you what I've got. Now, I told you guys, and once you say it out loud on a Flosstube, I feel like you have to stick with it, but that I wanted to have this fully finished by July 4th. Now, we're a little over 2 months away from that, and we'll see. I'm setting it up for some fill-in fun. So remember, what have I done from last week? I have filled in all of these flowers. I probably had 1 or 2 flowers last week, so I did a lot of flower counting. I worked on building the little guy, the little man who's handing flowers. The woman right here, so this is the deal. The woman right here, I didn't do her only because she's wearing a brown dress. Now, of course, it's all dark and brown, but it's the same color as the tree trunk. And of course, the man's got a nice bright blue coat on. So I haven't decided if I'm going to give her a brighter dress because I wouldn't wear a brown dress. And I understand it's colonial and, things, old-timey and stuff, but maybe she wants a red dress. I don't know. I don't know if that's going to mess it up, if it's going to be too bright, or maybe a brick color. Not this bright like sunset, this bright flaggy quilt star red. That's a little orangey red. But the brick, which is 2 different colors actually, I don't do what the chart says. Sugar. I picked 2 different bell swath colors, and I kind of just pick and choose, and that's why the bricks kind of filled in randomly, because I kind of just like fill one in and move to the next, fill one in. I kind of pick and choose, so I don't have to count and chart and do all the things. So the house is ready for fill-in, the roof is ready for fill-in, the grass is ready for fill-in. So I worked on the flowers, and then I'm starting to work on the border. So my goal, another goal that I'm just saying out loud, is that I want to get a lot of the counting, if not all of the counting, done before I go to StitchCon. Now, I also have Market Mania, which starts today. So we'll see how that happens for me. But I am stitching this on a 36 count Lakeside Vintage Exemplar. I just wanted to tell you the fabric. It is fantastic. Love Lakeside. I know it's hard to get. But that is what got most of my stitchy attention this week. So as I mentioned, I have 2 fully finishes to share with you this week that were stitch finishes last week. Any guesses as to who? That's a spoiler. What I finished this week? There's your little hint right there. I have 2 new crackers joining the cracker family. I finished Frankie, aka Stacy calls him Clementine. I call him Frankie because Frankie is Lily's cat, and he looks just like this. Now, originally I was thinking I was going to give him little buttons right here. I had ordered this fabulous, and I will link this down below, from Fat Quarter Shop, these cute little buttons, and I thought, oh, well, one of those, there's no purple in there. Now I could do orange, and I might still, but these are super cute little Lori Holt buttons. You get 300 buttons for like $10, I think. It was crazy. So this will definitely come in handy later. So I have to decide whether I'm going to give him little orange buttons, white buttons, or no buttons. But otherwise, he is done. Now, what I did, as I love to do, is I love to finish them with Tilda fabric. So you've seen, and they all have the sweet little pocket right here, because that's how I finish it. Ooh, spoiler. I actually just posted yesterday. Now, remember, my cracker finishing video was exclusive to Patreon for the first 45 days or so. But now, May 1st, this launched on YouTube. So I will link that down below. It's also just the video prior to this one where it's my full cracker finishing tutorial. Sewing machine only, no hand sewing needed, showing you how I finish it just like this. It is so easy with this little pocket, and you stuff down below. Now, so watch that. I'm not going to tell you how to do it here. There's that. But I always finish them back with 2 Tilda fabrics. You're like, here, that is not 2 Tilda fabrics. No, it is not. Because I keep all my Tilda and these little fat quarter bundles right here. I have quite a collection. It's not a problem. But I went to it, and it's a rainbow order. So you can see, well, you can't, reds and greens, and then back behind, so the blues and so rainbow order is how I keep them in those great bins inside the bins inside the bins. But I went when I went to finish them, I went and I looked. I was like, well, I need purple because, and I could have done orange. I wanted purple. I didn't have any purple in the fat quarter bins, but I knew that I have sewn with Tilda purple in the past. And so I keep my scraps in a different area. I have a whole drawer, a dresser drawer right over there. That's why I'm pointing. And in it, I have drawers. I need to organize it a little bit better, but I do keep like gallon-sized Ziploc bags of the different fabrics. When I make a quilt or a runner or anything with a certain fabric, I try to keep the collection together. So if I'm going to do a scrap project, I'm still working with the family of coordinated scraps. Now, once the scraps get so small and disheveled, then they get cut in predetermined sizes. Like I have a 3 box, a 5 box, a 5 inches, squares, scrap bin. That's not the moral of the story. The moral of the story is I was looking for purple. I didn't have it in the full fat quarters, so I couldn't use it, but I knew I'd sewn with it. So I went deep diving into my scrap drawer, and what did I find? I found the baggie full of purples. So these were all Tilda fabrics. So pretty. That were scraps, that were fat quarters cut to different full-length strips. Like I said, I keep them all together, and they were just so sweet. So I went and I cut them 1.5 or 2.5 or 2, whatever I could get, just straight line strips. And I just sewed it all together in just one straight line. And then I used it to make my scrappy back finish. So I got my purple that I wanted, and it's a little scrappy on the back. So I think that's super fun. So since I was finishing Clementine, the other one I finished last week that I showed you, it just cracks me up. Okay, elephant, cat. So funny. Okay. But as you know, I changed them both in colors, blue pants, green blanket. It's both shades of purple. So I went and I changed. So I was like, well, they need perfect matching backs too. So they do match, finished just the way, like I said in my tutorial. So these are my 2 cracker finishes that are adding to my cracker collection. So we'll see if I can get everybody up there. But I'm real close to needing a different kind of storage solution for my cracker friends. Have you seen Chantel? Chantel 141. I will link her shop down below. She has created 2 or 3 or 4, 3. She's created 3 different cracker display solutions. I love them all. I'm trying to decide which one is the one that is going to be the one that I do for my 5 finished crackers. We shall see. Did you see? Look, I've got my 5 crackers. They're so cute. And I love this little stitch block. This was a retreat gift from my sweet friend Holly, Hobbies of Holly. She has a local woodworker. And so if you ever go to a retreat and you sit at a table with Holly, you might get one of those stitch blocks. I love it. So cute. So that's the crackers. So while we're on crackers, let me do the giveaways from last week's video. So last week's video, I had 2 giveaways. One being a cracker, which is why we're talking about it now, is the Lily, the animal cracker, the frog. I finished her and I showed you guys her last week. So I pulled a random comment picker winner, and the winner is Huckleberry Stitcher. Congratulations. And then the second winner poll from last week's video was for the Note of Love by Hannah Rome. This was one of my finishes from last week. This is from Running with Needles and Scissors. I will link her down below if this is something that is sweet to you guys. And we use the word love. And the winner of that one is Make, Create, Repeat. I love your username. That is so fun. So both Huckleberry Stitcher and Make, Create, Repeat. You can email me down below. My contact information is in the drop box down below. Email me, tell me what you want, and I will get these in the mail to you lickety split. So let's stick with stitching real quick, and then we'll move on to more fun. So as I mentioned, today is the start of Market Mania. If you don't know, I have created this super cute, because I love pink and teal and I love a good fun printout. I created this fun printout. You can grab it from Patreon. My free Patreon is where you can get this PDF. It's just a calendar of May. It's not that hard. And then it's got these checklists. Now, I don't know what I'm going to put there yet because we're going to stay tuned. It's only May 2nd. I've got time to figure it out. But in the meantime, what I do have filled in is my 5 new Saturday starts. So if you weren't here last week, I have kitted up, fully kitted up 5 new starts for Market Mania. So it just means it was a new start for Market. It was a release in March at Market. And today, so that means tomorrow, I'm starting on Saturday. Spoiler alert, I probably will start tonight because I stitch more at night, but I'm going to be starting Friday night, Saturday. The new start for this week is Mary Cook. This is a sweet chart by my friend Shelly at Antique Needleworkers. As we discussed last week, I pulled totally custom fabric. I did a Vicki Clayton silk conversion. I'm only stitching the urns. Lots of changes coming. We'll talk about it more next week when I have stitching to show you, but I'm doing pink fabric. Like I said, Vicki Clayton spools are in my little antique needleworker quilt bag, and that is my new start for this week. Now, if you don't know, over on my Patreon, I'm also doing weekly giveaways for Market Mania, which is so fun. I just love to share with you guys. And so this week, you can get the chart and the fabric. If you go over there and you comment on the post that is going to come up, I think tomorrow or today. It comes up. I forget. It's all automated, or I set it up to be automated. Anywho, you can go over there and comment, and I will pull the winners the following week. So that's a giveaway only on Patreon, but I wanted to tell you guys here just in case you aren't over there. Speaking of Patreon, did you guys know? We have a little Tiger Lily shop, but my Advent box is out. Had a little early release with Patreon, 24 early access, which was so fun. You guys are awesome. Okay, we'll have a little shop talk at the end. One more thing with stitching while we're here is my sweet friend Corinne at Grace Notes Fabrics has shared with me her fabric of the month. Now, I tell you guys about her fabric of the month club pretty regular because it is fabulous. But this week's color is this month's color is no different. So this was, let me check the date on this. I'm pretty sure this was April's fabric of the month. And she's got clubs, and she does all the counts of fabric, 14 to 56. You get to pick. You can join the club at any time. I will link her website down below. And this is such a great neutral. It is called Fly Me to the Moon. And you can see it's got a little bit of modeling. Let me pull to the side so the white kind of helps you. It's just a nice, soft cream. There we go. So you can see this is white, and this is a nice, just beautiful, beautiful. Fly me to the moon. I get 36 count. Now, if you love this color, put it on your wish list. But I did learn from Corinne that, so you get their exclusive colors for about 6 to 9 months, depending on when they come out in the calendar year. She's got a great system. So on Black Friday, she'll release, I think it's January through June's Fabric of the Month Club exclusive colors will come out on Black Friday. And then the second half of the year comes out at Market. I don't remember exactly, but there's 2 different release dates for the Fabric of the Month Club. But what you should do is just get in the club and get your favorite count sent to you. It's a fat quarter is what I get, and I get 36 count linen, and it's gorgeous. Thank you, Corinne, for sharing that with me. All right, let's see what else I have. So I have a little bit of knitting, a little bit of quilting, little two different things in each section. Let's just dive in. One thing I have for knitting's on top, so we're gonna go with that. I have a finish. Yay, I love it. So this is beautiful. Let me tell you that I love to share you guys the ball bins because I love to support small businesses in the yarn dyeing efforts. A lot of Etsy shops. This one is called Nomadic Yarns. I will link either her Instagram or her Etsy down below. She's a full self-striping, obviously. And this is the trusty sock, and it's called Good Luck Babe. I love it. So you probably aren't going to be able to get this color anywhere, but they always, a lot of these shops have monthly releases, seasonal releases, all the things. Once you see this sock, you'll be like, of course you had to get that. Of course I had to get that. Is this not the cutest? I mean, look, I like coordinate and match and stuff. That's because it's one of my things. I love self-striping yarn because you get to do vanilla knitting because that's my favorite sock to do. This is vanilla knitting. I do a 2x1 rib for about 12 to 15 rows, start my self-striping. I do like to do the contrast cuff, heel, and toe. This is Shelly's heel, of course. Rumor has it, Shelly showed her heel at her Prairie Moon retreat that she did. We are going, it's TBD. We're going to have a knitting, I want to do a sock knitting knit along. I just have to find a space in my calendar where I can squeeze it in because it is so much fun. And with that will be Shelly's heel tutorial for sure. But in the meantime, this is what I've got. I haven't blocked them yet, which is kind of why they're kind of squishy, but I did want to put them on the sock blockers because they look pretty. I do like mid height. They're not super like knee length, but they're not ankle socks. So I don't know, 40 to 50 rounds is my sweet spot. And then, you know, the foot needed for my 9.5 size foot. So there it is. So fun. So I'll have to weigh it. But I was talking with Holly, Hobbies of Holly, about sock extra. Like when you order sock sets like this, you get, I don't remember if this was a set or not, or if I just pulled from one of my mini skeins for the contrast color. I feel like I just pulled from my extra. But, you know, you order a 100-gram set. I think this is almost, if not over 50 grams of more. Well, I'm not going to knit a second sock. I mean, I could, a second pair of socks in the same color. I'm just not, it's like stitching the same thing twice. I'm not going to do it. And so I was talking to her and she's kind of hooked on the socks. Yarn collecting is a thing. And so I'm thinking, let me just throw this out there while you guys think about it. If you're a knitter, if you're thought about knitting, doing some kind of swappy exchangey thing for the extras. I know it's hard to do because we're not all local, but I don't know, I'm still noodling the process of it all, but like this is perfect and I'll put it in my extra stash, but I feel like it will just sit. Where if somebody else had a self-striping, or it doesn't even have to be self-striping, had an extra 50 grams because they do like me, and we could swap. Anyway, that's the finish I have for this week. So of course, while you're finishing, it's supposed to be like one in, one out, one out, one in. Well, one out, two in. Because, like I said, I'm a sucker for self-striping. And so this is another small business, and I love her yarn. Her name is Kari, just a kind of like Freckled Whimsy, and she's from Illinois. I will link her shop down below. She does self-striping. Now, she also has a club. I might have just gotten into the club. I'm super excited. But she does club extras. So if you don't want to commit to being in a monthly club, no worries. This is how I got these. And then I got myself on a wait list. And then maybe magically an email came yesterday and said, hey, there's spots in the club. And I was like, yeah. So these were 2 club extras. Let me tell you what they were. That one was the April Yarn Club Extra. I believe in mermaids. And her club comes with 100 grams of the self-striping, and then a contrast color for the heels toners. You get to choose whether you just want this or whether you want both. It's lots of choices. Maybe not in the extras because the extras are what she's got. But this was the extra for April. It's I Believe in Mermaids. It's a super fantastic stripe. Like I said, sucker for a stripe. And then this was just like a seasonal release. I'm guessing Valentine's Day-ish. But it's called Love You Mean It. I mean, could it be any more made for me? No, no. It's orange and pink. Yes. So this is a great self-striping yarn, and accents are orange. I am here for it. What's cool about this one, I think, no, this one. This one's only 80 grams of self-striping. So Kari has taken into account, you're not going to use the whole thing, which doesn't really help for our swap idea, but I thought that was interesting. Takes the cost down a little bit because then you end up only getting 100 grams. So it's 80 grams of this one and then 20 grams of this one. And so that's all you need, plenty to make the sock you need. This one was 120, so there'll be extra. Anyway, beautiful colors. This was some haul that came in. I'll add it to my collection. And yes, like I said, I think I joined the club again. And I'm not mad about it. I love it. All right, let's hop right into the quilting section of today's episode. So I showed you guys last week that I had been working on the Peaceful Baskets quilt along from Fat Quarter Shop. Now, this was a 12-month subscription. It came in their Sew Sampler box, and there was 12 patterns, and then the finishing pattern. So great. I was working on it. I had all the blocks finished last week. Well, this past weekend, I hunkered down. I think it was an all-day event, or at least a half-a-day event, and I got the quilt top finished. Now, this will be hard for me to show you on camera, but I just wanted to show you, and it's super, super fun. And what's fun about it is there was 12 baskets, right? It's a 3x, each one's different. It's a 3x4 basket. I think it measures, finished, it measures 65 by 85. So that's close to a twin size bed quilt or a really, really tall throw. But what is cool about this layout is, we'll just show you right here, is the cornerstones, which was cool, but also extra, was that the cornerstones weren't just cornerstones, right? They're corner stars. So I don't know how many stars I made, but I mean, you don't just make the stars. It's kind of how you assemble the blocks. But it was so, so fun, and I love it. It looks so good. I'm really, really happy with how this quilt turned out. I am deciding still on whether I'm going to send this to Lori at Island Time Quilting and get some more minky on the back of this, or whether I'm going to still send it to Lori and just do a regular quilt back. I don't know. It's kind of springy to me. I mean, it's reds, so it could be wintry, but it definitely doesn't have the, firm colorway. So this might also be something that might be better as a lightweight quilt. I haven't quite decided. But I finished the quilt top and I wanted to share it with you. I just haven't done the binding yet. This is binding cut. I'm a 2¼ inch binding girl. Love that. So I need to prep my binding, but it's stacked right here, ready to go. The other thing that came in the mail and I want to share with you was the April Sew Sampler box. So I haven't opened it. All I did was break the seal, and let's see what's inside, shall we? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Just desserts. Wow. Fantastic. I'm excited for it. Celebrating 9 years. That's so fun. I've only been getting the Sew Sampler box for about a year, 15, 16 months, and I love it. It is a great, great value. It's a surprise every month. It comes to you, has great stuff in it. Oh my God. Okay, let's see what we got. So just desserts. Okay. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Okay, so there's always a brochure in here that tells you exactly what's in the box, but let's see if we can figure it out on our own, shall we? One is, okay, this is from, oh sweet, this is from Sherry and Chelsea from Moda Fabrics. It's part of their Raspberry Summer line, which I think just released anytime now. It is a, what are the dimensions on this? I don't know, but let's look, shall we? I don't know what these dimensions are called. What kind of roll is this? Raspberry Summer Dessert Roll. Oh, I've never heard of a dessert roll. 5-inch strips. I mean, so yeah, they're 5-inch strips. Oh my gosh. A new pre-cut. Who knew? Okay, so beautiful. Let's just run through them. So there's a nice peach, this limey green paisley, the navy. They have such bright, fun, oh, little buttons. And then, or so bright, and Raspberry Summer is a, look at that one. I love that one. There it is in red, perfect. Orange, love it. And then a great diagonal gingham. Dessert roll. Have you heard of that before? I've never heard of that. Where, have I missed it? Okay, there's also a spool of Pima. Let me see. Let me read the directions. 50 weight Superior Pima natural white cotton thread. Awesome. Perfect for quilting. I can't wait to see the quilt that comes with this one. Okay, there's also, I love a Dresden plate. This is a Dresden plate enamel charm that is going to look so cute on a project bag. Love that. So fun. Microtex Sharp 8012. So we're quilting. These are the standard go-to for quilting needles. A mystery coupon. Scratch here. There's a mystery coupon, and it's got a little scratch on the back to see what I get. Don't know. Look at that. Okay, friends, I'm going to link if there is any extra. I didn't look before I started recording if there are any extra of these April boxes, but this is a really good one. And so I will link it down below if there are any extras to grab right now. This is fantastic. I love that so much. So what do we need? We need the dessert roll. It's a 12-piece dessert roll. That is fantastic. You also need 2 3/4 yards of background, the white background, and then your binding. That's it. How fabulous is that? So you just need the background, binding, and then back of the quilt, which you always need to buy the back of the quilt. But any neutral binding or any neutral background would work. You don't need to get, I don't even know what she's using. It does, I mean, it's just anything you want. Neutral, cream. It needs to be white. Cream won't work. This is a very whitey, this is bright white. So I will probably maybe take a field trip to my local fabric shop today and pick up some bright white. I have a great Tilda cream, but the cream won't work, and this is bright white. I bet this goes together lickety split. Does she give you a little yes. Oh, 52 by 52. So fun. Oh, what else do you need for the yarn? No! Oh my gosh, this is even better, friends. Okay, so actually you can say it's just measurements. Dessert roll. You can make it 52 by 52, and you need that. Or the dessert roll is enough of the fabric to get you, oh my gosh, a 52 by 68, which is a fantastic throw size. This is, it's too little for using, for function. I'm a function girl. I like pretty, but I also like function. So 52 by 68, that's a great lap quilt. And there's enough of the dessert roll. So you just need more of the binding and the background. Oh my gosh. That is so great. Okay. And then last but not least is the first block in the flowering quilt along. You grow girl. So funny. Okay, so let's see. It doesn't tell me what fabric line. I'm going to link it down below. Let's see. Does this tell me? Oh, there's more. There's label stickers too. This month's flowering quilt block is ready to bloom. Let your creative run wild as the sampler quilt sprouts into a forget-me-not stitch by stitch. If you missed our flowering block, patterns will be available at the... So you can grab just the pattern if you want to just grab the pattern, which is a super great block. I am going to do it. I love doing the Peaceful Baskets ones. I'm going to definitely do this one. I'm going to go dig in stash diving and see what fat quarter bundle I'm probably going. I like to have at least 2 just because I never know what's coming. as I like to have at least 2 fat quarter bundles of a matching collection and just start sewing from there. That's what I'm going to do. So stay tuned. Hopefully next week I will be able to share block number 1 with you. That's so fun. And then last but not least, oh my gosh, fabric label sticker pack. This is so fun. So sticky fabric labels, perfect for labeling fabric. The collection, the designer, the project, the size. There's a bunch in here. There's a lot of stickers in there. This would also work for your linen collection if you wanted to. You don't have to starch them pre-washed. I don't starch or pre-wash. So there's that. But interesting. So fun. So that is the Sew Sampler box. All right, friends, that is the stitching, the knitting, and quilting. Oh my, that's what I've been working on this past week. So I will see you next week. In the meantime, I would love for you to like and subscribe if you aren't already part of the Tiger Lily family. So as I mentioned, I'm gonna do a quick little Tiger Lily shop update here at the end, just in case you're curious on the business size what I have been up to. Now, as you know, the April boxes all went out, and thank goodness, woo, the shipping gremlins didn't take any hostage, so I was able to sell some extra boxes, so that is so fun. They're all out in the world. I will be releasing my box unveiling video sometime next week, so I can show you guys if you didn't get the box, just so you can see what was in it. So fun. I am knee deep working on the July box. It is coming together fabulously. I love it so much. As well as also on the table is the Advent box. The keepers are right there. I have 3 things came in this week, more curated goodies from small businesses for the Advent. It is coming together. I'm super excited that it's coming together so early. I'm busy in the fall. I mean, Lily's going to be graduating in December. It's football season at Clemson. There's going to be lots of traveling. I'm trying to get it all done in advance. And so far, I'm keeping up with my agenda. So in the meantime, as we're talking Advent, did you know, did you see, have you gotten yours? The Advent box, 12 Days of Stitchmas box released this week. It was an exclusive drop to Patreon on April 30th. Thank you so much to my Tiger Cub Patreons who grabbed a box. And then yesterday at noon, it went live to everyone else. There are, at the time of recording, there are still boxes left. So I would love for you, if you've ever seen, now if you don't know what I'm talking about and you're just like, I wonder what that is. I will link down below. This will be my 3rd year of doing the 12 Days of Stitchmas box. And what it is it's 12 daily gifts that are wrapped, always unique. Still working on this years. I've got some ideas, some irons in the fire. We'll see how it comes together. But I love to curate small business notions and stitchy goodness and floss and patterns and goodies. Maybe that you've never seen before, maybe that you have, maybe that are Keeper Club exclusive or Advent Club Keeper exclusive, exclusive to the box. But I have a 12-day wrapping gift box thing. So the last 2 years, I've done a daily video, December 1 through December 12th, not 20, 12 days, yeah. And I open with you. So if you want to see some of the things that have been in previous boxes, you can go back and watch the playlist of those 12 days of videos, 12 days of Stitchmas videos from 2024 or 2023. And you can see what they're never the same. The only thing that for sure locked and loaded will always be in the Advent box is an exclusive Tiger Lily Project Keeper. So if you've tried to get your hands on one of my Project Keepers and you haven't been able to, the box is a great way to treat yourself to it. Now it is Christmas themed. That's all there is to it. It's an Advent box. It's a 12 Days of Stitchmas Advent box, meaning that a lot of the goodies will be Christmas themed, including the fabric for the Advent. I just want to put that, being fully transparent. Now, a lot of the notions in there are going to be applicable and usable all year long. But I just wanted to, it's a Christmas themed box. So that's that. 12 Days of Stitchmas. I will link the box down below. And as I said, there are still some available. Once they are gone, they are gone. It's always limited quantities because I make all the keepers with my 2 hands. And I still have July clubs and October clubs and the Advent boxes to do. So I am busy, busy, busy. Like I needed another project, but I wanted to sneak peek and show you. I will be doing TBD Sometimes I spoiler and sneak some things on Patreon, which I actually have a post that's coming this week of a twist on this. So stay tuned to that if you want to know what I'm talking about. But I'm just going to pop it in right here for any of my friends who just love sneak peeks of what's coming together. I am working on, I always prototype. I prototype all day long. I give myself a little, I work during the week, and then once I've met the goals for the week, if there's any time left, any hours in the day, then I did to do some fun. Now, whether that fun is making a quilt or whether that fun is prototyping maybe a new make with me, it's just whatever wherever my creative juices are pulling me to. And here in the last week, they've been pulling me to this new bag. And oh my gosh, I'm on my 4th prototype. Of course, they get better every time. If we're being real honest, they get better every time. I want to keep them all. I want to share them all. Unfortunately, I use a lot of out of print fabrics when I'm prototyping because I can. And so, although I love one of the ones I've made, it's now an out of print fabric, so I can't kit that one up. The one I have made currently does include an out of print fabric, but I have 2 bolts of it. Meaning I feel pretty good about that I will be able to have a limited quantity kit. And Make with Tiger Lily bag new project is coming soon. Now, I have to look at my calendar and figure out summer vacations. I do want to go on a vacation or 2. I'm going to StitchCon A. That's so exciting. Are we getting 5 weeks? 6 weeks? I don't know, but it's close. Anywho, I'm just going to do a little sneak peek right here at the bottom edge. Okay. You have no idea what it is. You can't even imagine. That she's not put together completely. The other 2, 3 are put together. Anyway, it's coming. It's fun. I love just doing all the things and creating new things and then sharing with you guys creating all the things. Now I will be doing, just so you guys know, I did receive lots of requests and I will be doing it a framing, how to measure / order / frame. I'm not going to teach you how to lace. Lori Holt, the queen of lacing, has taught us all of that. But the measuring and actually picking and can take into consideration the frame lip so that you get the margins that you want, and it's a little bit of math. It is coming. I'm hoping to be able to do it with the daily reminder chart. I'm still picking a blue, if you don't know from last week's struggle. The struggle is real. I might have stitched a 3rd blue in the door to find the right blue. When you color convert, sometimes you have to do that. So that's why I didn't even show it to you, because it was just a 3rd blue. And I just need to pick one and don't stitch a 4th. But I might. We'll see. All right, friends, until next time, next Friday, will I be here? We'll see. So until next time, friends, happy stitching.